Today we're taking a deep dive on the Facebook Ads Manager because you need to understand what a campaign is, what an ad set is, an ad, and on and on. So anything that has to do with the Ads Manager, you absolutely need to take hold of. And the reason that the Ads Manager is so important is because it helps you understand your ads a lot better, which means you're able to pivot from your advertising habits much quicker. Hey, it's Jaime. If you're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. All right, so here we are in the Ads Manager. So if you've been running any types of ads and you don't see this on your screen right now, then that means that you've been boosting. So you need to stop that. That is wasting money. So we're gonna stay here on the Ads Manager and we're gonna navigate the entire place. So you see where to go to find answers, where to go to read reports, what the campaigns are, the ad sets and the ads. So you hear a lot of that terminology, but very rarely will somebody slow down and show you. So this is what we're going to talk about today. So everything you see on the screen, we're going to cover. All right, so from the left-hand side, business home, we're not going to click on that right now, but that's going to take you to your account. So I don't feel like blurring out all of the other information, so we're just going to leave that be. Business tools, this is where you go this is where you go for your pixel. This is where you go for your custom audiences. This is where you go to set up events. This is where you go for your business settings, and on and on. So you see everything on the screen right now. I have a full detailed video that I'm going to link right here so you can take a look. But so we're not going to go through every single one of these because we've already done that. What's important for us is to understand what's going on here. All right, so just understand that these business tools up here, as you can see, we're in the Ads Manager, and then everything else is explainable, but we're not going to do that in this particular video. I'm more interested in you learning how to navigate this because this is going to be your day-to-day. Now, depending if you've run any ads in the past, this may be a love-hate scenario for you where you log in here and get frustrated because there's either lack of results, or if you're anything like me, I actually get excited in digging into these numbers because I like numbers, but also I like results. So whenever I log in here, it's cool to see the results that are being generated from the accounts that I manage. All right, so we're going to continue going. This one just basically details which business account you're in. So at this point, we're not going to click through it because there's going to be multiple that show up. Now, the account overview is going to show you just some basic information. And then the campaigns, this is where we're at right now. If you go down here, business settings, it's going to take you over to the to where you can update your admins, you can update your pixel assets, you can update your lead access, you can update the pages, who has access to it, and all that fun stuff. So we're not going to go there. Notifications, this is where anything that's happening on your business pages, you're going to see right here through notifications. And then right here, this is a neat system or a neat little search bar that most people aren't aware even exists. So if you're at a loss for where to find an XYZ item, either a page, whether an ad account, whatever the case may be, you manage so many different things, well, here's a search bar. A lot of people don't see it because it's hidden away right down here. And then the Help Center, just some general overview information. And then the expand, all it does is move this over and it doesn't do you much good. All right, so let's check out the rest of it. Now up here, if I were to drop down right there, it would show you all of the accounts or campaigns that I'm currently managing. So we're not going to go through that right now, but just know that that's where you would go. Something very important for you to understand is when you go through and create the structure that I encourage you to create, which is create your business manager and then create an ad account within that business manager, you will have created 2 ad accounts. You have a personal ad account. The moment that you start running ads on Facebook, you have a personal ad account. And then what I encourage you to do is to create a business manager and then create another ad account. So that means that you have 2 ad accounts at that point. It's very important that when you go through and create that additional ad account that I strongly encourage you to create, that you go up there to where it says the franchise agent and you select the new ad account. So whenever you go through and create your business manager and create your additional ad account that I encourage you to create, oftentimes when you come back to the Ads Manager, it's going to show your personal account, and that's where a lot of people start launching their ads. So they go through and create the structure that I encourage them to create so they can avoid liability, and also they have more functionality with their ads but they go and create that, but then they fail to actually select the new ad account that they just created. So make sure that you understand that when you're up here, you select the right ad account that you're going to advertise from. So that's very important. And then up here, you just have a refresh button, nothing to write home about. Discard drafts. So as you see here, there's a few campaigns that I have yet to publish, and they're left in drafts, so they're not running. So for me, this is a demo account that I teach out of, so I'm not concerned in reviewing and publishing. But if you go through and you set up a different ad set or set up a different ad and you think they're running and you see a few numbers up here, so you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many campaigns you're launching, if you see a number up here, hey, one quick second, I'll let you get right back to the video, but I need just one small favor from you. Would you mind going down to the bottom of this video and smashing like? Thanks. Chances are that you didn't go ahead and hit publish. So your ads may in fact may not be delivering. So if you see a number up here, then you need to hit review and publish so they can actually publish, meaning they can actually run. A lot of people get frustrated with that. And then up here you have the time frame or the timeline, or I guess the dates, where you can select today, yesterday, the last 7 days. You can check out what activity you've had. So for me, I usually leave it in lifetime. Now here's a pro tip: whenever you're launching your campaigns and you're seeing how they're delivering, it can be a little bit confusing, because when you launch a campaign, let's just say it's been running for a month, and you see that the average is $3, well, make sure that whenever you're reviewing that campaign, don't only look at lifetime. So yes, the lifetime of that ad may be $3, but you want to go and see what has it been doing in the last 2 weeks. What has it been doing in the last 7 days? So you are putting time a little bit closer to you, so you want to see how has it been performing in the last week. Because what you're going to find sometimes, actually oftentimes, that the lifetime does not tell you the entire story. So yes, sure, lifetime is the $3 average, but what you're going to find is here in the last 7 days, the actual average cost per lead is $8, is $12. So in other words, your cost has ballooned. So you need to adjust your campaigns accordingly. So don't let the lifetime be deceiving to you, because that could spell disaster for you. So make sure that when you're up here, you're covering that. All right, so we're gonna cover. Let's go with campaigns real quick. So when it comes to campaigns, you have the campaigns, which is basically the objectives, where I'll let you see this right here. When I go to edit, just kidding. Let's go over here. Let's close this. Let's go to create. We'll see the campaigns. All right, so you have different types of campaign objectives. There's 11 to choose from whenever you're advertising on Facebook. So you have brand awareness, which is basically showing your ads to people who are more likely to remember them. So it's got a brand component to it. They're trying to get some stickiness. And then reach, it's just going to go out there and show to the maximum number of people. So here, you're trying to increase brand adoption, brand awareness, and then here, you don't give a flip. You're just sending it out there to the masses. So this is awareness, and this is a good type of campaign to run whenever you're trying to just get out into the market and you're not necessarily offering something outside of just trying to build your awareness, your base, your brand. You're not looking for somebody to download your guide, somebody to download your X, Y, and Z. So you're not necessarily looking for conversion. Now, where you are looking for some action, that's in the consideration stage. So here, the traffic campaign is the most common campaign to launch, and it's the most flexible one. You can insert basically any website here that you drive traffic to. So let's just say you want to launch your Facebook page, and your YouTube page, including that. You can drive traffic directly to your YouTube page. So as long as you have a URL, you're able to launch this traffic campaign. And again, it's the most versatile one. So traffic campaign is the one that most people use, and also is the most versatile. Engagement, it's taking a post from your Facebook page and delivering it to the masses. So if you make a post on Facebook on your business page, you're able to look at that post and then share it to the world. It's the sophisticated way of boosting your post. This is the correct way of doing that. Now you do have the option of creating a phantom post, meaning you create a post that looks like it's on your Facebook page, but it actually isn't. It's only shown to the people that are seeing it as an ad. The people that see it on the people that are on your Facebook page just normally, they're not going to see it. It's a phantom post. So you have those two ways of running engagement ads. App installs, just as the name suggests, if you have an application to install, you have the ability to launch ads in that regard. You're able to target the iOS users, or you're able to target the Android users, so you're able to be very targeted. Video views, it's going to target people that are more likely to watch videos. So Facebook knows what it knows. It knows a lot about users, so it knows which people are more prone to watch videos. So if you have a video in your ad, then you can run a video views campaign to just garner as much attention to your brand, to your business, to whatever you're doing. So this is a great way for you to advertise. So it's going to measure it based off of views. All right, lead generation. This is the easiest way to get into Facebook advertising. So if you've been looking for the shallow end of advertising, this is it. Lead generation is by far the simplest way to get started with Facebook ads. The lead generation campaign keeps every user on Facebook. So with this type of campaign, you don't have to worry about websites. You don't have to worry about landing pages or anything like that. You're keeping people on Facebook. So whenever somebody sees your ad, all they have to do is click learn more or buy now, and they're going to be directed to a form that's within Facebook. So it never takes somebody away from it. And the huge bit away from Facebook. And the huge benefit to this type of campaign is that whenever they click learn more, their personal information that they gave to Facebook automatically populates. So that is a fantastic tool for you to get started. And then the messages campaign is directing people into your messenger campaign. So this is where messenger bots come into play. If you wanted to install or connect your messenger bot, this is the campaign that you want to launch. You can do bots. That's totally okay. You can absolutely do that. Or the messages campaign has gotten so sophisticated that it has some sort of automation already linked up to it. So I'll make a more recent video, and show you some pretty cool stuff, advanced stuff that you haven't seen anywhere else. So I'll make sure that I make that video here in the coming days when it comes to messages campaign, because there's some automations that are already happening within Facebook that you don't have to buy a bot if you don't want to. It would be cool. I mean, you can certainly do it, but you don't have to at this point. All right, so conversion, this is where you amplify. So the conversions campaign is where you take whatever event, whatever lead, whatever sale, whatever item you want, and just magnify it. So this means that if you are wanting more leads for your real estate business, if you're wanting more sales for your Shopify business, whatever the case may be, you're able to create a conversion, meaning a successful result, a successful event, and then you're able to amplify it. So Facebook is going to see, hey, so many people are becoming leads for Jaime, he's running this conversion ad because Jaime told me, Facebook, that this event was meaningful to him every time somebody gives him their contact information. So I'm going to go out and find some additional users within my network. I'm pretending to be Facebook in this case, going into my profiles, and I'm going to deliver more people to Jaime. So that's basically what this is doing. So to have a conversion campaign, a successful conversion campaign, you want to start converting at least 50 conversions per week. That's the sweet spot. That's where you want to be at least, and then build up from there. So if you don't have enough budget to run a conversions campaign to be effective, again, 50 conversions, then I encourage you to don't run a conversions campaign, because it's not going to be worth your time. So then you're just going to run a traffic campaign. Catalog sales, that's more for product-based or service-based that you have a lot of. So it's not going to be for you real estate agents out there. So if you have a Shopify store, if you have a product-based business or service business that you do on volume, then the catalog sales make sense. And then the store traffic is more for your brick and mortar locations. It involves you syncing up your point of sale from your place of business to Facebook. So we're not going to cover that in this video. And in most of the videos that we cover, we don't really go into brick and mortar locations. So If you're interested in that type of content, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd happily make one because I've had brick and mortar locations and I have done the store traffic one, but at this point I don't have that those businesses anymore, so I don't need to run them. All right, so this were the campaigns. So again, you're selecting one of the 11 campaign objectives. Each one of these looks a little bit different from an interface standpoint, but what's going to look the same is the ad sets. At the ad set, that's the next step. After you select your campaign, you're going to go to the ad set. And at the ad set, you're selecting the following. You're selecting who you want to target, so who's going to see your ads, and then you're also going to select where geographically you want to launch your ads. So if you want to launch them in Texas, if you want to launch them in California, if you want to launch them in Australia, wherever, that's something else that you're selecting. So you're selecting who you want to target, so the targeting, and then where geographically, and what placement. So basically where, but on Facebook. So the placements, you can select places like Facebook or Instagram. So let me just show you real quick what I'm talking about. Here you're selecting who you want to see your ads right in through here. So you see the filters, and then you also see this, let's see if we can find right here. Geographically where you want to advertise, and then also the placements. This is where you're selecting where you want your ads to show up. If you want them on the audience network, on your messenger, on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever the case may be, you see all the different placements that are on Facebook right now, and on the audience network, and on Instagram, and these placements continue to grow. Just in the past year, they added Messenger Inbox. That was not there. Instagram Explorer. That was not there. The Facebook groups feed. That's right. You're able to advertise in groups. That was not there. So more and more placements are being added. So it's always a good idea to come back in here and check out what has been added. So that's something that I strongly encourage you to do. So this is the ad set. This is, again, who you want to target, where geographically you want to advertise, and then what placements you want, whether that's Facebook stories, whether that's Instagram stories, whether that's Instagram feed, what have you. So that's the sets, the ad sets, and then you have the ads. The ads is what's front facing. This is what the consumer sees, the client sees, the customer sees. So you have the ability to create your ads right here. You have the ad copy, and then you have an image or a video. This will not work. Any type of campaign that you launch will not work unless you have an image or a video and the ad copy. So image or video and the ad copy. So that's absolutely something that you need. So that's the ad portion. All right, and then the rest of it, you can see here, you can duplicate campaigns, doesn't matter where you're at. So if I'm in the ad section, if I hit duplicate, it's gonna duplicate that ad. You can edit it right here, so it's gonna go to edit. If you're gonna do an A/B split testing, you can do that there, but that would be more over through, you can basically do A/B split testing mostly on ad sets, but there's no requirement. All right, so where are we? Trash it. If you need to trash something, you just trash it right here. And then over here, you have the discard drafts, the save an audience. So if you have an audience that took you a while to create at the ad section, at the ad set section where you excluded certain people or included certain audiences, then you can save it right there. And then export and import. So export your results. And then rules. So if you want to create a new rule, let's just say you want to turn off the ad campaign as soon as the cost per lead exceeds $10. If you wanted to do that, you can absolutely do that through right here. So I'll let you play around with that just so you have it. And really the other thing that I wanted to cover with you right now is you can pull reports, and that's awesome. If you have a presentation to do, you can do the reports. But what I like to do is I like to customize the columns right here. So maybe if I move myself, you'll be able to see it. So here in JRB, these are the meaningful columns that I like. So whenever I bring on a new client, whether they join me at EXP and I sponsor them, so I do their lead generation for free, I will set up my own report, basically my own column, so I can see the link clicks, the cost per click, the CTR, the reach, the frequency, impressions. So these are all meaningful items for me because I'm able to base it off of metrics that I've run on other campaigns. So I create this type of view right off the bat. And it doesn't just it doesn't work only with the EXP agents that I work with. I do have an agency that I have clients outside of EXP. So if you're interested in lead generation, then feel free to check out the description down below. And so I set this up. The first thing that I do is come in here and I set this up just to see the campaigns that they've run in the past, and also how our campaigns that we launch, how they're performing. So you can always adjust it right here. All you have to do is, let's just say we're in performance and we want to customize columns, and you can just move these things around here. So these are all the columns that are already selected. If I wanted to include the frequency and the results and then the ad set delivery, if I wanted to see all these metrics, which I don't encourage you selecting everything, I can select them over here and they're gonna bounce over here to the column selected. And then you can arrange them from left to right. So the higher they are, the further left that they're gonna be. You can just move them around. So you see here what metrics are available for you to check out. Then you can just hit apply and you're off to the races. So this is, again, we just stayed on this screen because this was the most important for us today, since we're talking about the Ads Manager. Dig in here, have some fun. Again, I don't want this to be a chore for you. I know that it can be a bit intimidating, but you just saw everything that comes with Ads Manager. So just because you watched this video, you're ahead of 95% of the advertisers out there. Well, now that you understand the Ads Manager a lot better, it's time to get back to business. So I'll leave a video right here that's going to help you do that. Also, if you found value today, please be sure to subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss another video. And of course, make it your best day yet.